Anne, pleasure to have you on this morning.
Seema, great to be on. How are you?
Good. I mean, alcohol sales were strong during the pandemic, but we just saw consumers opting for home delivery. But as the economy reopens in most parts of the world, but at the same time trying to figure out how to get around this Delta variant, people are returning to bars. So how much would you credit that to the big boost that you saw in your revenue this quarter?
Yeah, I got to tell you quite a bit. Globally, our sales pretty much rebounded well beyond pre-pandemic levels and really led a lot by the United States. We were up 16%. We passed the $2 billion sales mark for the first time. And convenience and premiumization, these are the two big trends that really drove the market. People really love having now their alcohol and spirits and brands they love being delivered at home. They're buying more premium brands and premium types of drinks to make cocktails. It's still a trend. And now that on-premise is beginning to reopen, we're not seeing any of that kind of in-home kind of store sales slow down as we thought it would. So, it's been a record year, and a lot of our brands, it's the trusted brands that consumers turn to. So Jameson, Absolute, Glenlivet, all these brands are up double digit, and it's been incredibly resilient.
Yeah, you have a really diversified portfolio of brands, some of my favorites as well. But how are you thinking about the Delta variant? I mean, we are seeing certain cities and states respond with restrictions, mask mandates. Is that having an effect on how much consumers are willing to spend on alcohol?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Because people cannot travel, because people in some parts of the country where the Delta variant is really kind of more difficult, people are staying home. So they've got this disposable income and they're spending it on themselves and they're spending it on home entertainment. So whether they can go out or stay in, we're just seeing a lot of them experience spirits as a way to, enjoy time with each other.
Pernod Ricard shares are up about 18% year to date. A number of companies, in fact, and this earnings season have been raising prices, from Kimberly-Clark, the price of toilet paper, to Hormel, the price of food. Is this something that Pernod Ricard plans to do as well? I mean, if demand is so strong, why not raise prices on consumers?
Well, here's the thing, and it's not just the demand, which is very, very strong, but input costs are going up. We're seeing it not just in raw materials, but we're seeing it in distribution costs, supply chain costs. So yes, there is inflationary pressure. So you are seeing pricing across the board, and it's needed. But consumers are willing to pay that premium. And so, doing it the smart way is what we're looking at. And I will tell you, it's modernizing the industry. So we're getting much more data savvy. We're getting much better understanding at what price points people are willing to pay for what occasions. So it's going to take that. I saw a lot of that in FMCG. Mm-hmm. It's now coming to the alcohol industry.
Seltzer, there's so many different trends that are happening right now when you look at spirits. White Claw, whatever it may be. Well, what do you think is the most disruptive trend, and how is Pernod Ricard trying to capitalize on that?
Yeah, what I will tell you is, if you look at the business, there's a lot of beverage consumption moving away from beer. And it's moving to seltzers, but it's really moving to spirits and wines and champagne. Champagne is through the roof. So for us, we're gaining a lot of those drinking occasions from beer, and it's helping both seltzers and spirits. So it's worked very much to our favor.
When we look at some of the competitive risks facing your company, it's high raw material costs, it's inflation, it's growing your market share at a time when these restrictions are changing on a regular basis. And from your perspective, what is the top risk, the top challenge? What keeps you up at night right now?
What keeps me up at night is making sure I continue to be able to deliver the brands that our consumers are demanding. And it's about make sure we get the right supply in the right stores, in the right hands, in the right restaurants. And that kind of ability to forecast, it's pushing the industry and pushing us at Pernod Ricard. That's why we have a huge transformation agenda around, analytic predictions and more predictive data to be able to anticipate that. And it's something that if we're going to go and continue to build share in the marketplace and grow the category, we're going to need to get really smarter about how we build our businesses.